Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate your having this hearing today on some really critical nominations, particularly the nominee for Ukraine. I have been pushing for us to get an ambassador nominated for a long time now, at the end of the last administration and into this administration, and I think it's absolutely crucial that we get someone there. I'm glad the administration has nominated someone, and I'm glad they chose a career ambassador who has experience in the area, both in Eastern Europe generally and specifically in Ukraine. This nomination of Ambassador Brink is really critical. We've got to move her quickly. I know the chairman and ranking member agree with that, and I appreciate your moving her so quickly to a hearing. Over the weekend, the president announced that we have withdrawn another $150 million from the Presidential Drawdown Authority, which means there is probably less than $100 million left. And here we are in Congress not yet acting on this supplemental request. So literally munitions, in addition, of course, to new weapons, are potentially going to be stalled. So it is critical that we act and act quickly so we don't have a gap in these munitions and deliveries right now, which is a crucial time, obviously, in what's going on in the eastern and southern part of Ukraine. So I just wonder, Ambassador Brink, if you could talk a little about that. Why is it so important that we get this legislation passed quickly? What would it mean if we did not?
Well, thank you, Senator Portman. I just wanted to start by thanking you and also Senator Murphy for your support of the Global Engagement Center and disinformation. I know that's been a big effort of yours, and it's really important for Ukraine, but also for Slovakia and all these other countries that face this huge challenge.
You answered my second question already. I might get back to that a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
It is incredibly important that the supplemental move fast. I don't know the latest, perhaps, but I understand it is moving. But what we are trying to do as an administration is move security items as fast as possible to Ukraine. So while we have already provided some $3.8 billion worth of security assistance, the needs are large. We are working closely with allies and partners on those needs and with the Ukrainians, obviously, and also with you and your staffs. But it's really important that we are able to continue that. I think most people assess that these next few weeks and maybe longer are critical to the ultimate result of this war of choice.
Yeah. But let me ask you a little about how you intend to conduct yourself as ambassador. I've gotten the pleasure of working with a few ambassadors when we had a nominated and confirmed ambassador, and different styles a little bit, Jeffrey Pyatt and Marie Yovanovitch. Do you know Lieutenant General Terry Wolf, who's the Ukraine security coordinator?
I do not, but I will look forward to meeting him.
Would you intend to work closely with him?
Of course, yes.
I think that's important that you view this role not just as a diplomatic role, but really as a way to deal with the pressing issue of their defense of their country. And with things being on the line currently, I think General Wolf's going to need your help and vice versa. Do you know General Dayton?
No, I do not know General Dayton.
But he was a coordinator previously for the training efforts, and also someone who I hope you will get to know and work with, because I think that is an important part of your function, should you be confirmed, which I believe you will be, hopefully quickly. What do you think they currently need militarily that they're not getting?
I think the needs are evolving. So I would need to come back to you on what the precise needs are at this moment, but I know they're changing. What they needed to defend Kyiv is different than what they need now to try to defend the East and the South. So I think it's an evolving situation, and we need to work closely with the Ukrainians on this. I can say, having served in the Balkans, in many of the places where these protracted conflicts are around the region, that it is my great pleasure to work with our military. And I feel I have long worked well and closely with them and would see us as absolute partners in this effort.
That's excellent. There's also obviously a humanitarian crisis and an economic crisis for the country right now. So all these issues are important, but I do think that you will be the voice of our country over there, and critically you be engaged in all those issues. On the Global Engagement Center, we did talk about that last week. I appreciate you saying that you've seen the GEC work in Slovakia. We're outgunned here, just as the Ukrainians are outgunned by a much larger Russian force and more weapons. With regard to disinformation, Russia, China, other countries are engaged deeply in this and spend billions of dollars on it. Can you tell us what the Global Engagement Center can do better to counter Russia's efforts to justify its invasion and trying to delegitimize the Ukrainian government?
Sir, thank you again. I think we can just do more is what I would want, because you're absolutely right. I agree with you. We're outgunned, we're out-resourced, we're outmaneuvered. We have to do as much as we can. It's a challenge. Disinformation is something that is pervasive in Europe and elsewhere. And so we have to do as much as we can. We have to be creative and innovative, and sometimes bureaucracies aren't. But that's what we need to do to deal with this. It is a very big threat to us and our way of life.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Ambassador. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Senator Van Hollen, I had told Senator